as the eyes of the world descend. Within the floating continent known as Lumeria, 25 years have passed since the old gods have died, and the new ones to rise to take their place. And as such, new dangers, new darknesses, and new threats slowly have risen from the depths, and as well as from what was regarded as the Lost Age. Since the opening of the Divine Gates, the doors remain open for the Divine, the Fiendal, and as well as the Fae to enter the realm of Earsihimmle. Throughout these 25 years, turmoil has ravaged through Alernon, and as well as the new peace that has arisen here within Lumeria, led by its old king and its new god, known as Centennial. Upon this day, however, celebration echoes throughout the town and the city streets of Lumeria, as today is the day that many will graduate from the college. As the eyes of the world make its way through its bright ivory halls, beautiful marbles, we first find ourselves in a small workshop. One of many, as to start, the footsteps of a Tallman, a Lunarian teacher. You hear the sounds of ratchets and machinery, blacksmithing, the sound of welding and sparks as they clash against metal and design. As Lefilheim's leading technological section here, we find ourselves viewing a young man under what is known as a Venreaver, a magical device that is slowly beginning to replace what we are used to seeing in this brand new land. One to replace travel, and to create a new way of mobility. As the Lunarian teacher kind of kicks your foot, Kendra, would you like to describe your character?
I certainly would. Cirrus is a young man, 25 years of age. A fire genasi with dark skin, what appears to be ribbons of yellowy orange descending from his eyes. His eye color is red, and his hair is very bright and vibrant, going from a yellowy blonde to the tips being an orangey red. He keeps his haircut kind of shortish, a little bit of an undercut with a longer top, and he dresses himself fairly nicely. Oh, I forget to mention, he also has a nice little growing beard starting. Still a little rough, not quite there yet, but he keeps it clean. But he dresses practically, seeing as he is the type to work on his Ven Reaver. He likes to not get it caught in anything.
As you look up and see this massive and heavily built Lunarian man, this is Master Isaac, one that kind of takes care of many of the development and practice rooms for a lot of these machines that have been coming to life over these past couple of decades. Master Brimmlight?
Ah, yes. Here, let me just... And Cirrus will wheel out from under his machine and dust himself off, standing up. What can I do for you, Master?
Well, considering that this is the last day, I imagine you would be preparing for the graduation ceremony.
And Cirrus will fumble for a timepiece.
Running late, are we?
Yes, I thank you very much for reminding me, sir. I'll close things up and get ready now. Sorry.
And before you do, make sure you pass by the practice rooms and pick up your sister as well. I imagine she's been busy with the last of her dregs of practice.
Yes, sir. Is there anything else you'd like me to tell her, or?
Just keep in mind of the time. That's all. Graduation starts in 4 hours. So, be prepared. Make sure to also choose out your scholarly mark before you do leave the academy.
Yes, I shall, sir. Thank you. And with that, Cirrus will make a very polite bow and proceed to clean up his things before making his way over to find his sister.
Alright. As you grab your tools and a few other things as they disappear into your Eichenwald vault, you parse through this massive academy that has been your home for well over a decade now. A moment as you make your way down one of the many stairways as you see the infinite sea of the sky, as well as another floating landmass kind of just passing by the land of Windia, kindly taking its time across its skies. As you make your way down into the practice barracks, the massive battlement yard where many a red-eye Lunarian and other residents that find themselves more combatively attentive. You take a seat amongst many of the stands as you see the last dregs of a hardworking and heavily handed battlement of your sister. And Blue, to describe your character.
I shall. So, Adara Brimmlight, much like her brother, is also rather dark-skinned and also has the matching, like, rivers of lava, I guess is a better way to describe it for me, coming from her eyes. But aside from that, her hair is the one thing you'll notice first. Just this very voluminous hair that almost looks like a cape behind her, just full of curls. Her eyes leaning more towards the pink, but you can tell that it's very reddish in nature, as their father would be. But despite everything else, as a fighter, her outfit is very delicate looking. A very nice frilled skirt, puffy sleeves, but covered also on top is half plate, very silver and purple in nature. And around her neck is a necklace from their mother, which has a red stone etched into the middle of it. She's very short, but she doesn't let that stop her at all. Short queens live forever.
I am certain they do. As you practice away at one of these kind of almost live wooden dummies, along with your practice blade, every slam and slap as the clack of wood just echoes throughout this kind of battlement arena, before finally hearing a short whistle from the battlemaster teacher here. A tall and kind of heavily armored man with this mask that just covers everything, with the six-way split in it.
Yeah, she'll absolutely stop on the immediate notion of that sound. Yeah. Very well trained by this point, since you said it's been like a decade. They basically lived in this place. Yeah. And immediately put the blade at its rest.
As you just hear the heavy metallic claps. Very good, Mistress Brimmlight. You've done well.
Did I miss something? I'm sorry.
No, you've done well enough. However, as you see, as he kind of just goes under the jacket and he pulls out a timepiece. However, you are running short on time. He places it back into his pocket.
There's a little look of, like, realization. How long have I been doing this?
Several hours, like every other day. However, it is without exception that you do need to attend the graduation ceremony. So it would be preferable to make your way into, scholarly outfits, and also start making some decisions about your scholarly mark as well.
That is true. I'm so sorry. I'm never gonna show up as a sweaty mess, I promise. That's never me.
It's perfectly fine. Now, that being said, although you are one of my best students, I would prefer that you are not late. So, go.
I will not let you down, and she gives a polite little curtsy before running up to her brother.
Hey, there you are.
Yeah, sorry about that. You know how I get. I kinda in the zone.
No, my master had to inform me of the time as well, so.
Yep, the twinsies sees him from afar.
Yeah. And he'll
how long
give just
do we have?
A friend. It's about 4 hours, I was told.
Oh goodness, that may not be enough time. She's just looking at her hair. It's like a whole frizzy mess.
Listen, if we hurry, I'll help you out, okay?
Thank you. Just gives her brother a really tight hug.
Alright, come on, let's get going.
Alright, as the two of you descend into further than the college, you find yourselves within your dorm rooms as you quickly get on your uniforms and outfits, which is a very brand new era, this neo-Lunarian outfit, kind of almost military-like, with the kind of pads with the long bits that kind of yes.
Yeah,
and then
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
As well as the college's cape that kind of just hangs on by a chain and then attaches to a button to keep it settled far down. Very common, the whites, the yellows, the blues, and the reds. As you two are just spending the next several hours just prepping and getting everything kind of set.
Good chunk of those hours is her hair.
He's making sure his beard is nice and neat, trimmed, and he looks nice.
You both hear a faint knock at the door of your dormitory.
It's open.
Oh.
That she's like not even looking away from the mirror at this point.
Yeah. As the door opens, you can see a elven woman. Her hair just as long as yours, Adara, and her eyes, this familiar color to you both, and as well as her very small stature equivalent to your sister, Cirrus. As your mother, Aspen, comes not boldly walking in, but carefully making sure that the both of you are proper. Hi, guys.
Dara's just immediately up and runs up to hug her mom, like, Mom!
Yeah. Oh, you look beautiful. Both of you do. And handsome.
Oh, thank you,
of
Mom.
course.
Well, of course we're representing the family. We can't be a mess.
Oh, goodness. You both have grown so much in such a short amount of time. Well,
Can't be small forever. Well, I guess I can.
I know. Either which way, I'm very proud of both of you.
Wish Dad would be here.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. It'd be nice if you could be here.
I know he's aware.
Your father is always close, no matter how far you think he may be.
I know.
Mm-hmm. As you said before.
As she goes into her bag, as she pulls out a couple of things. The first is what looks like to be this large icy crystal that kind of has this metal bent around it that kind of has this gravitational balance between it. Cirrus?
Yes.
I know that you chose a different path in magic. And I want you to understand that it is important that if you intend to walk the way of a warrior, then you better make sure you are equipped like one. It took quite a bit of time in order to develop something like this, but it will be very important for you. As she hands you a spellcasting foci that very much represents much of the icier nature of your magic, along with what looks like to be this this convex kind of entrance where a pommel of a blade can enter into it.
Wow. Thank you, Mom. I don't know what to say.
Looks like Mom's staff almost. Pretty neat.
You know what? Yeah, it kind of does.
And as for you, Adara, as she goes and she pulls out with what looks like to be a beautiful set of what looks like to be armor. One that is, well, kind of familiar to yours, definitely one that doesn't need as much maintenance. As she kind of just like lets it float with a magic hand, as it is shiny and beautiful and definitely nearly elven made, yet to be fully made of mithril just yet.
Yeah, her eyes are just as sparkly and shiny right now staring at this set. Mom! Thank you!
That looks really nice.
I know that since you intend to be a bit more on the closer end of combat, especially moving forward into this world, I thought it best to commission something that will last you a bit longer than some old academy armor as she kind of just like dusts off some of the large scrapes on the pauldrons. It's fine. They have to make basic steel for students, but you're not a student anymore moving forward.
That doesn't feel real yet, but I agree.
How'd the time go by so fast? I swear we just started here a little while ago.
I know. But now I have to add this to my wardrobe. She's all excited.
I will be taking to the seats, so finish up here and then come straight home, as we will be having a dinner, and just want you to stay just a couple nights longer if you can.
We're not gonna disappear on you just like that, Mom. Come on.
I think we can manage one more dinner, one more night.
Oh no, spending time with our lovely mother. How awful. And she's just pretending to like hold her hand
Whatever
through
shall
hand.
we do? Oh, suffering.
You only, gave us life and trained us our whole lives.
And did a pretty darn good job at it.
Absolutely. She hands her mom a tissue.
Before I
Here you
cry more, I really should go and take my seats. But
Mom, don't cry in front of me. You know I'll do the same, and I just got my makeup set.
I know.
Listen, just take some tissues with you. And we'll see you in the audience.
I'm proud of you both.
Thank you, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
See, as she very quietly opens the door and makes her way out into the main front yard of the school, as it
Adara's
slowly
gonna,
begins to become prepared for the next the graduation ceremony of the next section of it.
Yeah, Dara will absolutely switch into that armor set.
Alright, here, let me help you with your hair so it doesn't get pinched.
Thank you. I don't need to go through all that again.
Yeah, no we don't. We don't have time for that. You and your long hair. I don't
Listen,
get
it is a mark of pride, okay? Think of a lion. They live all their lives to grow all that fur. You gotta take care of it.
I suppose you have a point. Although
wouldn't
lions
understand.
don't have near as much nice curls.
No, I look better.
As you find yourself helping your sister kind of prepare, you kind of get lost in the preparation before you look out the window of your room, as you can see all the new parents and guardians as they begin to take their seats out in the front of the schoolyard.
You sure got a big crowd out there.
Well, just gotta strut your stuff and be about who you are. It shouldn't go wrong.
Yeah, I don't expect anything to go wrong. It's graduation. How many graduations have there been? A lot. I'm pretty sure they ironed out a lot of details.
Just remember where your feet are, because falling on your face is always a threat.
Yeah. Maybe, and Cirrus will consciously take a look at his boots.
You'll be fine. I'm just teasing you. And she, pinches his cheeks.
I know you're teasing me, but you never know when something will happen. You
You're
know
saying
my
this to
curse.
You're fine. Listen, curses only have power when you believe in them.
Yeah, well, it's happened often enough.
Called coincidence.
It's called proof.
You're accident prone, not cursed. Jeez.
Mm-mm.
Cirrus.
Yep.
As you get lost in the preparation of your sister's hair, something happens. As
Not to her hair, I hope.
No.
time almost feels like it slows. world becomes gray.
Eh?
A primordial sound begins to kind of just creep into your shoulders and ears. Yishta or me be wait Boshdu.
Hello? Someone there? He's gonna be glancing around as much as he can, and I'm guessing he doesn't see anybody.
You don't. As you look out the window, you see this armored being. A heavily visored helm. What looks like to be blades that come out from the back, forming the shape of wings. Promethea. Ishor Mefi.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're saying.
As the sound of these words begin to slowly lose and echo out in your head. Promethea. And
Cirrus is going to try to retain whatever words were said, even though he doesn't understand them, if he can try to remember some of the sounds.
you kind of grasp onto it as suddenly time resumes. Color re-enters the world as your hands have already finished helping Adora with her hair.
She just kept talking, like it. I guess it just never stopped, or just like
Yeah, you just kept
there was a
going.
pause in what you. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it looks like your hair's all set to go here.
Thank you. She'll stand up and just look at him, just kind of push a strand of hair out his face. You're gonna
Alright,
be fine.
Alright, give me a twirl one more time. I gotta make sure.
Of course, and she'll do a twirl for him.
Alright, you're good to go. Here, check me over, make sure everything's in place. I don't want to button out of place here.
She'll definitely, like, eyeball his outfit, make sure nothing's, like, out of place, no lint or anything like that. It's, like, perfectly fine. You have less maintenance to deal with than I do.
Yeah, but, you know, something could still happen.
If there was anything off about your outfit or your look, I would absolutely let you know. You know this.
Thank you, Adara.
Damn right.
Come on. He's gonna take a look at the timepiece. It looks like there's only a little bit of time left. We should probably get down, and make sure we're ready.
Oh, for sure. We don't want to be late.
The last thing I want to do is be late. My master would kill me.
Do you think yours wouldn't versus mine?
That's true.
As the two of you find yourselves descending, and you begin to see as the crowds begin to build here within Lumeria, a cavalcade of voices and moments where many a proud parent and guardian and teacher begin to see as the long line of academy members beginning to make way to the ceremonial section of the graduation.
I'm guessing everybody's arranged here in alphabetical order. according to
By
their
last name, yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Alright.
damn, that sucks.
So we're probably gonna just hunt down the B area.
As a few names begin to be said. You hear of a last name of Alf. You hear the last name of Byron's, and finally you hear Brimmlight.
Oh, that's us.
Do the twins have to go together or separately?
It would be Adara first, because Adara's first name, you hear Adara Brimmlight, as it echoes throughout the entirety of the main schoolyard. As you begin to cross, you see the sea of faces as you begin to kind of just pick out, finally, that of your mother, as she's just sitting there with a tissue and just tapping each side of the face constantly, just trying to withhold the moment.
Yeah. Adara's walk is basically almost like super practiced, just like a catwalk at this point, just holding her head high.
As you make your way to the top, as you see before you what looks like to be a line of scholarly marks, as well as the certification of your graduate, that of mastery of combat and of magical engineering. As the marks are presented, you see what looks like to be the scholarly mark. The first one is a physical one that kind of represents the school in of itself. These are given to those who are basically the equivalent of gaining their PhD.
Mm-hmm.
You see the physical one, and then you see what looks like to be one that is like an image, one that would be applied to your very physical being. A lot harder to lose and a lot more difficult to find yourself at odds with those outside of the academic understanding of things. But these marks represent a means to interact with those of other scholarly design. Access to libraries, other schools, and as well as the notion that you are a researched person.
Okay.
And the final mark is not a pendant like the first, and not a physical tattoo like the second, but a ring. Massive and heavy, and bears the actual mark of the school.
I'm pretty sure that they spoke about this in length, that I think she leaned towards the ring. Because to her, the marks on her are from her prior Genasi background, because to her, there should not be any other. The pendant seemed good, but, like, the ring just seemed to... Her hand just seemed to gravitate towards the ring.
As you pick up the ring, and as you place it upon your finger, you are given the heavy bow from the headmaster here, and as such, you are given your certification.
Yeah.
And you hear from the headmaster, "Congratulations, Mr. Star."
Thank you.
As you descend and you hear the shout of the crowd echo through, you, Cirrus, are up next as you take to the podium, and you find yourself again making this exact same decision. The pendant, the physical mark, or the ring.
Cirrus considers each of these very thoroughly. On one hand, the pendant would be very nice. he fears that it may interfere with his future work with any mechanics. So that's not a choice he would take. He then considers the ring, both maybe as a match to Adara, but also, unfortunately, rings are also a little on the impractical side. So with a decided nod, he decides to take the tattoo. Something that won't interfere with his work, but something he can always have with him.
As you decide to take the tattoo, a small vial with what looks like to be this very kind of like thin piece of metal that will implant the tattoo upon wherever it is you decide to place it on your body, as well as the certification of your mastery for magical mechanics, and as well as the magical arts, that of sorcery.
Thank you, Headmaster.
Congratulations, Master.
He will bow very politely.
And you get a
turn towards
deep
the
bow.
audience and
Yep.
he will bow. He will turn towards the audience and wave towards his mom, and then follow Adara off stage.
As you do. And as you slowly go to catch up to Adara, who kind of stood off to the side. Adara, make me...
Oh shit, first roll of the game.
First roll of the game. Make me
Oh
a
boy!
perception check.
That's what she had.
Yeah. It's a +3 because you also have you have a +1 in your wisdom as well.
Oh. Alright, I had to fix that then. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
Okay, +3. Let's... Wake up, dice. Here we go. 14 plus 3. 17.
As you see as Cirrus begins to walk towards you, you look back out into the crowd as you see him as he waves towards your mother. Your head looks to the farthest back as you can see standing there a sullenly red-cloaked individual.
Does she
And
recognize it?
you've recognized this figure a couple of times in your life, at least 2 other moments. The first time being when you had entered the academy, and the second time when you had your first tournament here within the school. And now, again as you graduate.
Is this who I think?
It could be whoever. You've never seen the face, you've never met the figure, but somewhere in your heart you feel like it means somebody.
I'll just very cautiously wave a hand at it, not trying to draw too much attention.
And you see as the figure goes and walks by and passes behind a Goliath man who is also standing and clapping for the announcement of his own child. The figure disappears behind them and leaves.
By this point, I imagine Cirrus has caught up to Adara.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. See, you didn't fall on your face. You're fine.
Yeah, I know, but the worry's still there.
Just gives a pat on his shoulder.
Mm. Here, let me see that ring real quick.
Okay. She just holds out her hand like,
Yeah.
Man, that's real nice.
right? I don't know. I'm not a fan of tattoos. I'm not gonna take my pendant off. She points at the heart, so like the ring just seemed to work.
Ah, that's fair. The ring and pendant wouldn't work for me. It interrupt my work.
I
This
remember.
at least.
Trust me. You've told me enough times about degloving. It's not great.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Don't look that up, people while listening to this episode. It's not great. It's gnarly.
Yep.
Those who know what it is, you know how nasty it is.
As the rest of the graduation ceremony comes to an end for you lot, the night transitions. And you find yourself within the family home here within Lumeria.
I now see. Oh my god. Adara is probably back in her pink outfit. Sorry, it's gonna take a minute!
Yeah.
Listen, Blue, you played so many characters.
I played
It's
Citra the
fine.
most, okay?
But yeah, by this time, they're out of their school uniforms and they're in their casual clothes.
Yeah, she's absolutely adding it to her wardrobe that I'm maybe like a bag of holding just has like her bag of holding is just her wardrobe. Like, listen, if I have to look official again, there it is. Is it my color?
That's true.
But
Uniform plus the ring, people will believe it.
yep.
As the warm smells of this family home and shop is closed for the two of you to celebrate your night. See as your mother comes out, bringing some hearty food, and as well as some more alcoholic beverages.
I imagine they burn it off rather easily, given
Yeah.
their fire genasi background, but
As she sits across the table from you two, there's just this quiet before finally. So, you two have yet to tell me what you're going to be doing after graduation.
did we talk about that? She's looking at her brother.
Well, I mean, I've been considering an apprenticeship. There's been a few places around that specifically do Venreaver work, so... Hey, I figured that'd be a good place to start.
It's true. Adara seems to be avoiding saying something clearly. If it's what I think it is that you and I've talked about, Aaron.
Yeah.
What she truly wants to do. She doesn't want to hurt her mom's feelings. I haven't really given too much thought about it, to be honest with you. I don't know what to do yet. Which she's not lying.
We just graduated. Not a lot of people know exactly what they want to do.
There's a portion of this that is lying. There's a bit of omission that you're not admitting.
Does mom know?
Given her status, yes. She knows when she's being lied to.
Yeah, like, she can tell she doesn't want to lie to her mom, but it's just like, it's a hard topic to breach. But I'd imagine that without saying it out loud, she just kind of looks over to where their dad would sit.
As she kind of just puts down the silverware. I hear that Kilixmeyer is putting together a particular challenge to those who are newly graduating this year.
You want us to go back there?
You've never been to Kilixmeyer. Not Kilixmeyer.
No, but they
Carrie
do
Morith.
know of their grandparents.
No, she meant Carrie Morith, sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was like,
Carrie Morith,
Kilixmeyer,
gotcha.
oh shit! Sorry.
I hear that Carrie Morith is looking for adventurers to investigate the city dungeon
city dungeon.
Yes, a new program. Those who can manage to reach the bottom, that the Archmages will provide a boon. A wish to be granted. Something within their power.
That sounds interesting.
Guess it would be one heck of a way to test ourselves now that we're no longer with the guide rails of the school.
Yeah.
It is just something that had just popped up quite recently, so I thought it, if in your young lives right now, I would always recommend traveling. I didn't really get that much of an opportunity in my earlier years. Something
Your
that I
fun
wish
years
for both
for
of you.
sure.
Years that have long left me.
Oh, Mom.
You're an elf. Come on.
Come on. Yeah.
I am an elf, I am a housewife, and I am your mother.
3 very true points.
I just...
All things that are more important to me than an adventure.
Well, wherever Adara goes, I'll go along with her. Don't worry. We're not
sounded
gonna be
like
far
I'm gonna
apart.
get in trouble.
And you won't?
I don't openly do.
Yeah, openly.
Listen, I give many a warning. But if
And do
someone
people
pushes
listen?
me... And most people do! I can't help it if people are dumb.
Yeah, well, I'll be there to catch you for when they are, okay?
I don't start fights, I finish them.
I know you do. I still worry about you. You're my little sister. Come on.
By 2 minutes!
Yeah, 2 minutes! It's important!
You got the height already, and you're still gonna ride this whole 2 minutes thing? Really?
Yes!
And she pinches him.
Ow!
I appreciate the start, Mom. You know what I want to do. I know you warn us against it, but you know what I want to do.
I can't control your futures.
No,
It's not.
but I know it's touchy. I miss him too.
At the very least, I can have tonight with my children. And on tomorrow, whatever your decisions are, I will, as always, support them.
She just reaches over and squeezes her mom's hand like, I'm sorry for not saying it, but I had to say it at some point, but I didn't know how to.
As the night grows into the late of it all, the hours pass. As lay within your old beds, thinking about decisions and the way the world is. Adara, as you fall into sleep, something wakes you. As You're gonna just fold yourself out of the bed.
Wiping her eye a little bit.
Far too early in the morning. The sun has not risen in the north, and is, based off of the time, it's still somewhere around 3 a.m.
Like, something physically woke her up, or a feeling?
A feeling.
Okay.
As you stare out the
To follow
window
that.
of your home, you notice something on the ground glowing.
Raises the brow. Just kind of quickly makes her way around to get to the front door.
As you open the door, you can see kind of just this lone fiery glow as kind of like burns out an ember.
She'll pull her probably fluffy as shit nightgown sleeve up and just reach out to it.
As you reach out and you kind of fold it over, you see a smoldering shape of this firebird-like creature.
Is it a creature or an item?
Creature.
Oh. What happened to you? She's looking around to see if there's like an owner to it or something.
As the head looks up at you, I need you to roll me a charisma save.
A charisma save.
Hey, how come Adara gets all the rolls?
She's a
We'll get
physical
to
person.
you in a second.
Okay, so it's a little different. Is the saves the little circles on the side?
I believe
Yeah, it's a save. Okay. Sorry, people. It's a whole new character sheet layout, too. We're playing Advanced 5e. Let's see. Alright, now it woke up. That's a 12... 14.
14. You hear a voice, primordial in nature. Cleves.
I'm sure. I don't think I understand you.
And
She's assuming this is coming from the bird. So.
as like an arrow through the heart, it strikes you as flame begins to burn, a dull and aching feeling through your chest as you see as this creature slowly fades into ash.
Yeah, there'd be a audible yelp in pain for sure.
As you yelp, you find yourself quickly in your own bed as you sit up.
Looking around. What?
The break of morning.
How? That hurt. It wasn't a dream. Sleepwalking? She's talking to herself, muttering.
As you kind of just like go to touch your heart. Nothing damaged, nothing pierced.
Odd. Gonna go ask Mom. Like, nope. Oh, no secrets. No.
If anybody's gonna know about this, it's gonna be Mom.
Mom.
Ma'am!
I'm either
I
very
had a bad dream.
Yeah. It's either I'm very stressed, had a weird sleepwalking moment and hurt myself, or something's going on.
As you make your way down, you see as your mother kind of just preparing herself her morning coffee and a small cavalcade of breakfast foods. Morning.
Morning, Mom. She's just like mindlessly picking up food. Have I been known to sleepwalk?
Never that I've noticed, no.
Okay. Either I'm stressed out and had a weird dream, and I physically react to it, or something else.
Dreams often mean something. I imagine stress, considering whatever you intend to do today.
Well, it was very... I swear I was awake. But there's like this little firebird that landed outside our home. I picked it up, and it spoke some weird language to me. And it hurt for a second, and then I woke up back in bed. But there's nothing there, and she'll like show like, I promise you, nothing hit me, I think.
She kind of inspects you up and down. You see, she brings out her staff and kind of just does a scan. Nothing. Kind of
I'm probably
glares at her.
stressed.
No, nothing out of the ordinary. As kind of looks you in your eyes a bit.
I'm fine, just a bit groggy.
Well then. As you, Cirrus, slowly make your way up, roll me a D100 for me.
You wanted a roll, and you get the big one.
Yep, I got a roll.
6.
56.
As you put on your boots and your outfit, you feel the bottom of your heel detach.
Oh my god.
As it just...
Not again. Oh, darn. He's going to remove his boot. He's going to inspect it and see what the heck failed this time.
It looks like it was the adhesive that you used. It seemingly has gotten dirty, especially on... this is your right heel, by the way. The heel of the boot has just not fully sealed and stuck together.
I'm gonna have to clean that off. Alright, you know what? Spare boot time. I'll fix this later.
Yeah. You put on a spare boot, make your way down,
Hurry up, or
and...
you're gonna make miss.
Fine, I'm coming! Ugh. These darn boots. Why is it always the right boot? It's always the right boot.
Meanwhile, Adara's just talking to her mom, like, how's work? I hope we brought, I don't know, pride to this family. I know your job's a little...
Don't worry. Speaking of... You intend to head down, do you?
I mean, I'm not one to sit on my laurels, so probably. You know me, if I sit still too long, I lose my mind.
I know. I have requested the Academy to send me the invoice for the Ven Reaper.
Oh, really?
And I've also...
At this point, Cirrus is probably approaching the stairs to come down.
Hands him a plate.
Yeah. Also, I have had an old friend prepare an airship down to Lycia.
Oh.
Lycia? Interesting.
I understand that there is a small matter between all things, but the
Which old friend
neutrality act between Lumeria and Alanon remains. So, for now, we will take you down to Lycia, and if you intend to make your way to Kaer Morith, you can go from there.
Stay in contact, I promise.
I know you will.
In some way.
that leaves the last actual bit for you two. As she grabs what looks like to be these two diamond-like stones, diamond-shaped stones, with what looks like to be a somewhat magical essence to it. These are Echo Stones.
Cirrus.
Echo Stone. Ooh.
They,
Cirrus would be taking particular interest in studying it.
yeah. These were developed within the past 25 years by many particular personal parties. They are capable of communicating across even greater distances than before, but you have to know the person specifically in order to use it.
Gotcha.
The call can be denied as well, but Echo Stones are Echo Stones can be used quite widely, especially in this world.
Here, these are cell phones.
With caller ID.
Yeah.
I love that. I gotta ask you after a game to how to edit the correct way again, just to kind of remind myself how this sheet works.
Yeah. In ever the case that I need to contact both of you for something, I will. And in ever the case that you might lean upon my knowledge, I can. As much as I can.
I know, you're busy, but definitely for sure. We don't want to get you in trouble at work.
If anything else, we can at least message you to give us a call back as soon as you're available.
Of course.
You gonna be okay, Mom?
It makes sense that it's going to be hard. I mean, we're both suddenly not going to be here. At least, not as often as before.
I'll be fine. I have work to keep me busy, and other things that need to be taken care of.
She just kind of gives her mom a hug. Just, we know. It's unspoken, but we know.
It's been a while since I've thought about the idea of an empty nest, so...
It's not entirely... Like, we can always go back.
I know.
And besides, with these, we're not going to be too far off.
As far as I know, we're not moving out. Yet.
We're just going on a little trip.
Mother. Let's make our way to the Miracle Port, and you two can set upon the world.
You're coming with us, right?
I am.
Okay, good.
As the morning turns shortly to afternoon. You find yourself at the Miracle Port, where many an airship makes their way in and out of here. You see what looks like to be this small personal ship alongside what is this kind of somewhat older air genasi. As you see is the Ven Reaver kind of being pushed upon and stored into. You look out into the lower lands of Alernon, and you feel as the cool whipping of the air around here just under yourselves as you begin to walk the plank to make your way up into the airship. Your mother kind of just
is going to be
standing at the bottom.
very mindfully watching them bring in the Ven Reaver. Just like, be careful with that.
They are being careful. Go. And she pushing her brother along.
It's expensive, though. I don't want it to break. And heavy.
You could feel Adara rolling her eyes behind you.
I worry about these things, okay?
It'll be fine. I
know.
Be safe, you
And
two.
Cirrus will, Cirrus will, look towards his mom and... Okay, one more. And he will bend down, he will scoop up his mom in a big hug. He'll pick her up off the ground. Very sturdy hold.
Yeah. Citra just right behind, just hugging, group hug.
Citra?
Sorry, Dara. Listen,
it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time.
I'm gonna catch you on every one of those.
Yeah, suddenly a god.
Laura Bailey's like, Vixel, Jester. All throughout like the first 10 episodes.
Right. We'll be back before you know it, Mom. Promise.
I know.
We'll have our stories of our own to tell you.
And
Don't
you
worry,
see
they won't be too thrilling.
You see as the
I don't imagine
the
they'll
Air
be too
Genasi
exciting.
as she kind of like stands up over the wheel of the ship. Are you coming? Olabar?
Is this who I... Is this my baby?
Yeah.
Okay. We're coming, Lady Sonos!
Alright, Mom. I think it's time.
And she kind of just lets you go as the last touch. She nods. As the two of you board the airship. Out of earshot, you see as Adara, as she turns away just a bit. They're coming, Ignus. They're on their way.
We don't hear this.
You do not. Over the course of the next couple of days, you find yourselves descending into the lands of Alernon, making your first stop in Lycia Bay, a port city made within the former Arden Channel, now Arden Sea.
Just a slight shift.
Just a little.
A smidge.
A smidge.
Adara would be giving Sonos her best. I am assuming if it's what I think it is, they've grown up around these people, so...
Yes.
Do us a favor and keep an eye on Mom, if you can.
As you can see as Sonos just... Don't worry about it.
You're the best. Cheesy grin. Just gives
Really,
a
though.
polite bow.
Really,
Best
though.
of luck,
Thank
you two.
Thank you. We'll make you proud.
As you take to the Ven River, a loud roar of air as it lifts you off, and
I'm assuming Adara gets to sit in the back of this with him.
yes,
Yep.
Okay.
carries one and a passenger. As you travel across the forests and take the main road as it crosses into what is the massive open plains and greenlands of Alanon, here within the Alanonian, greater Alanonian territory. You see towards
Given the sound
north.
the Ven Reaver makes, we probably wouldn't be able to talk to each other much, but
Yeah.
Just yelling at
boy,
each
what a
other.
pretty view.
Of course, every now and again taking a stop at small villages in order to stretch your legs and...
Fix her hair.
Yeah.
Listen, I swear, you need to tie that up when we're riding the Ven Reaver.
Well, when you find a good way to tie up my hair, we'll talk.
Fine. I'll look for an enchanted sash or something.
Okay.
That might be strong enough, I don't know.
Crossing through
Maybe.
Fort Trixon and making your way through the main mountains towards Kerrymorth, towards the north. Having seen the tall mountains of Garvixum, the large world tree of the Boreal Grove, and the brand new mountainscape that splits between the Dwarflands and as well as the Dustlake Lands that split it along its coastline. As you head towards the north, you find yourself through the Southgate Springs village, a kind of small kind of tourist section that makes for the southern gate of Kerrymorth. And as you bound over the large mountain, you see the massive lake that was created and left behind as water filled it since the arrival of the old Titan that had exited out of its earth. And in the small center, you notice these massive towers that kind of house this huge center city surrounded by all the water. As you pass through the major bridge of the South Gate, you begin to realize a massive amount of traffic as it begins to build towards the gatehouse that leads into the southern section of the city.
Of course we would hit traffic.
It happens. It's called
I know.
life.
Yeah, it just was a lot less frequent.
Be patient.
Fine.
As
Come on.
two of you begin to just kind of slowly make your way forward, you notice like what is this large kind of caravan or cart, and then kind of behind you is as well as another like cart, but kind of housing a whole bunch of people who just didn't want to walk their way through the bridge.
Mhm.
As you make your way forward and you finally hit the main gate, you see what looks like to be these tall magical sentinels, as well as a number of gate guards that kind of like stand at the ready as you come pulling up. Papers, please.
Let's see. He'll dig around in his pocket. Here we go.
As
Adara doing the same. They're twins, but still.
As you notice as he kind of begins to go through the document. Brimmlight.
That is correct.
Yep. With 2 M's.
Right. A moment, please, as he kind of enters within the gatehouse.
Adara looking at Sirius like, what did we already do?
I don't know. Was my complaining about traffic that bad?
Maybe.
I hope it's not. I don't know.
I'm teasing you. Oh my.
After about 10-ish minutes have passed, you can kind of see as one of the individuals from the back cart kind of descends, this kind of like thin, bright red hair, looks like to kind of have like this mechanical eye over his left, and as well as a mechanical arm as he kind of just stretches himself out a bit. And you see as the guard comes back as he looks towards the both of you. Much apologies, Mr. and Miss Brimmlight, but you are banned from the city of Kerrymorth.
Excuse me, what?
Banned?
What?
As decreed from the Grand Magus, he has every right to deny those entry within Kerry Morth. That includes the both of you.
Just left their home. How did we do something?
It must be... listen, just because we have the name Brimmlight doesn't mean we've done anything associated with that name. We just graduated.
It is specifically your names, Adora and Cirrus Brimmlight, correct?
Yeah, but...
Like, with all respect, we're not trying to... We're just confused. I apologize.
We didn't expect this.
It is perfectly understandable, but there is currently a matter that does not allow you to enter the city less without particular permission from the Mage Diocese.
All right. Tell you what. Is it okay if I park out here and I'm gonna try and call someone, see if I can get this sorted out.
You can see as you try and call somebody, you see as the man as he comes up over. Sorry, I hate to kind of be a bit pushy. Is there something going on?
I don't know why this. We just can't get in. They won't let us in.
Sorry, we're kind of hitting a roadblock. Do you need to go ahead of us?
I can pull off to the side and get out of the way.
No. He kind of looks at both of you. I heard Brimmlight, both of you, right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
I'm Adara. This is my brother Cirrus.
Ah.
And you are?
I hate to stand too much on ceremony, but you can call me Vance for now.
Vance.
Okay, Mr. Vance.
Good to meet you.
Give me just a moment with the guard here. As he kind of, steps between the two of you and kind of pulls the guard off to the side. And...
Seriously, she's getting a look from Adara like, I don't know, but if there's violence, we're leaving.
Yeah, if there's violence, we're leaving and calling Mom immediately. Why would she send us here if we were banned?
I don't think Mom knew.
Yeah.
As...
she'd be able to find out, that's for sure.
As the young man comes back, he's like, should all be cleared up now. As this guard is, much apologies, I was unaware that you would accompanying Lord Knight here. As he kind of hands you back your paper.
Thanks, I didn't either. Looking at Vance like, what did you do?
Oh, nothing. I just, How about we cross the gate and we'll talk some more?
Right.
Sure that's okay? Because banned is a pretty, blunt word.
It's a very straightforward word.
Well, you quite luckily look at a mage of the Magus Diocese, so...
Oh. Listen, Adara, we should probably just accept and then get into the city and go from there.
Oh, no. She holds up a hand like, sorry, we just don't quietly follow strangers, but I appreciate your help. Thank you.
Indeed, very much appreciated, just, caution.
As he kind of nods his head, he walks across the gate, and as you guys slowly follow behind him, you enter within the first dregs of the city as this massive kind of just open area with cobbled streets, tall buildings, various people from all walks of life as they make their way here into this city. As Vance turns towards the both of you. Oh, well, past that trouble now.
Okay, as much as I appreciate you helping us through our trouble, do you know why, if you're of that level, to allow us into a city we were banned from for just our names?
Yeah, that's a little confusing.
I mean you all respect, but you are a stranger to us.
Right. Well, there is not a mage here that does not know the name of Brimmlight, and I was kind of unaware that you two existed, if you are who I believe you to be.
Well, we've existed for about 25 years now, so...
Then again, I don't think Mom and Dad kind of made it a whole spiel for everyone to know.
They're not exactly the broadcast to the world type.
No.
Right. Well, I would hope that in the case of me assisting you two might be able to assist me in exchange.
That depends on what it is, because I don't just accept offers without knowing the consequences or whatever details surrounding it. Thank you.
What she said.
Understandable. Yes, of course. Well, I am Vance Sea Knight. I am one of the mages of the tower. As he points towards that massive center tower that goes, thousands of feet into the air. Kind of just this pinnacle of design.
Yeah, she'll look at it with her eyes and look back and hold out her hand. Properly, I'm Adara Brimmlight. It is nice to meet you.
Yes.
Sir.
And I am Cirrus Brimmlight.
And with names like that, I imagine that the two of you might be able to assist me greatly. Being in a city like this can be confusing at first, so... I am actually in need of some assistance with a bit of research that I am doing. My particularities are that in magical engineering. So, I was wondering if there might be a chance that I can have you to apply for my guild.
Your guild?
Yes.
She looks at Cirrus like, I did not expect to hear that word so fast.
I also did not expect to hear magical engineering so fast. Lucky you. We both have degrees.
Oh, well then, certainly it will be to our greater benefit. I'll tell you what, I do have a few other things that need to be taken care of around the city, since my return here does require me to report back to the tower, but if you want to, as he kind of pulls out with what looks like to be this small metal ball, a mercurial atlas, as he kind of just says a couple of words as it begins to kind of spread out thin. And it creates this kind of almost 3D-like texture of this city. As he points kind of like down each road to what looks like to be a area in the southeast or southwest area of Carrymore. That's where my workshop is. I will meet you all a little bit later tonight, but I am putting something together in hopes that my research for the lower dungeons might come to fruition. But more details, I promise.
That's what we were here for, wasn't it?
Yeah, listen, our moms sent us down here to maybe check out the whole dungeon situation, saying that they might need some adventurers, and we're fresh off the boat, so shrug.
Yeah. I consider it a wondrous fate that we get to meet each other like this. Well then.
There's a brow raise at that for Madara, but she doesn't say anything.
Serendipity for sure. Can you point out your shop again? I want to try to remember that.
Ah, yes, right here. Is kind of just pointing it out, and again, the general area of like the southwest area of Carrymore. Just take the main road.
Cirrus will. Yeah.
Yes, and you'll
Cirrus
make
will study the map and try to remember all his directions.
However,
yes.
Since you seem to know this place, what is a good place to stay overnight if we're going to be here this late?
Well, if you agree to the guild, I'd be more than happy to provide the lodging.
That may take a little thinking and decision, just in case. Can you
Reading
point
the
out a
fine
good
print,
place?
yeah.
A good place I would probably recommend, as he kind of just like goes through the map, not too far from his workshop, a small inn called the Earthraiser Inn.
Perfect. Thank you, Sir Knight.
Alrighty.
Sorry, we just, like I said, we like to see the fine print before we say yes to anything.
Of course. And I will see you in a few hours then.
Alright.
In a few hours.
As time passes, and you find yourselves kind of gaining the sights of the city, you can certainly tell...
The sights and the snacks. We're probably a little hungry.
Yeah. You can definitely
Meanwhile,
tell
muttering, like,
that
"What?"
the air down here is thicker than ever, considering your lives have been lived so high up for so long.
Yeah. Meanwhile, just discussing what on earth got us in. What did?
I don't know, but again, let's call Mom when we have a free moment, and maybe she'll be able to find out why.
Figure out a way to explain this to her so she doesn't assume we did something.
Well, that's what I've been trying to do. I'm not exactly the best at that.
Facts.
Listen, I'm machine smart, not discussion smart.
No, that's me, but I'm still trying to figure out how this sounds.
Yeah.
As you reach to a point of contact with your mother, unfortunately, she is too busy to communicate back at the moment.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Yeah. Well, hey, she knows we called. She'll give us a call as soon as she can.
Yep.
As the hours pass and you make your way to the southwest end of the city, where this tall and somewhat lightly isolated on each side compared to how a lot of these buildings are made in duplex like design, you find yourselves in what looks like to be this beautiful and well-constructed building with what looks like to be several magical designs and pieces of technology that kind of just hang about. A wonderful and kind of interesting place amongst the city.
There's
Oh,
excitement in
Cyrus.
her eyes, but she's still like, anybody can be sus. you know?
Sirius, meanwhile, is taking great interest in studying the mechanical things that are sitting out there. Just like, ooh, how do you do this?
Yeah. As returning, you can see throughout the streets of this bright orange-haired individual, as he's like, "Oh, good, you two found your way here."
Yep.
I mean,
Thanks for the directions, by the way. We would have been lost without them.
Of course.
Would have quite figured it out at some point.
Yeah, we would have, but we might have been here like an hour later.
Well, depending on whether or not you decide to agree to join the guild, you might find yourself at the benefit of grabbing one of these, as he shows off the orb in his hand. Trust you me, it is nigh invaluable in a world where people who don't have as many magical skills as others.
Mm-hmm. There's like a slight flinch at her eye, but like I only think Sirius would notice that.
Yeah, he also might stiffen up a little, just...
Yes. Well, come on in. As he opens the door, there is just this, the fresh smell of wood and, and as well as, like, not heavy ale, but, like, definitely distributed here. The hall here is relatively open, but then it goes up to a second floor where there are multiple rooms, and as well as to the farthest point all the way up is what looks like to be a solar for the guildmaster, which is himself.
Yeah. Looking around, she's like, quite the place.
Very well maintained.
So...
Took quite a bit of time in order to get something like this, but I was finally able to get approval from the tower.
So you apparently know our parents. Or at least their name.
I'm familiar with their legends, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't sound strange, like, they know their parents are known at least quite a bit, so it's just trying to suss him out without being like, who are you? Who sent you? You know, like...
So, tell us about the guild. Do you have do you have any pamphlets or booklets, something?
Well,
I'm sure he's going to explain it at least.
It is easier to explain, I can promise you that. Well, my particularities here is that I'm known within the tower as a researcher for the lower dungeons here within Kaer Morhen. I, every now and again, try and find local adventurers and try and get as many people together in order to help me with another stretch of my research, as a lot of the dungeon here within Kaer Morhen has many secrets from the Lost Age. So, with the Lost Age having almost little to no record, I have invested my entire time and much of my efforts to assure that that knowledge is revealed.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It wouldn't be the Lost Age if we knew everything about it, so... Makes sense.
So, me not being the combatant type, unfortunately,
No, that'd be me.
I
Yeah, that's
find myself
entirely
in need of adventurers and dungeon delvers and intrepid souls who will help gather things from the lower dungeons for me to research and then distribute back into the tower.
You
Unfortunately,
do understand we're fresh out of the academy, so...
that's of no concern. I've worked with many new adventurer, fresh face, and those who are looking to hopefully build a name for themselves eventually.
Okay, and then you do know that we'll have our own goals as well.
Of course, and nothing is to stop you. I just, when a opportunity comes by, I will provide an announcement to the guild members, to which there are, at the moment, only 2.
Hopefully.
So,
We haven't signed anything yet. Sorry. It's habit to kind of suss out who it is you're talking to at first. You don't want to walk blindly into things.
Of course. And I don't intend to provide you with any lies. Of course, when things become relevant, I will speak of them, but I imagine myself as being a forthright man.
Seems so far.
So, the guild here, is it just adventurers in general, or do you have specific targets, specific things that you like to try to do?
Like I said, mostly gather things from the lower dungeons in order to continue my research into the Lost Age. That's what the major goal is, and then of course I will pay very handsomely for anything that you lot do find. Considering the fact that you have to be in a guild in order to enter the dungeon anyways, it probably would be for the best.
Mom didn't tell us that part.
Yep, that's the fine print we were looking for.
There it is. That's fine. We just, like I said, we're new from Lumeria, so had to make sure everything was, above board. And the whole band situation kind of threw us for a loop.
If you want me to, I can take it up with the tower and see what the meaning of that might be, if you want me to.
I would appreciate that. I know you haven't heard that we existed, but our name is still recognizable, and I would like to make sure everything stays all in good faith.
Of course. Then I will, I'll put in an inquiry and see what I might be able to dig up from there.
Yeah. Plus, it'd also be a lot easier to explain that to Mom without sounding, hey, so we didn't do anything wrong, but... As she's trying to say it in like a joking tone.
Yeah, I don't know if you've tried to reach out to your mother with that kind of thing, but, yeah, it would not end out well in a conversation if we didn't have all the information we could.
Of course. Well then, at the very least, if you agree, then I can introduce you to the other two.
Okay. Do we need to sign anything, or?
Right now it's more of a handshake and a verbal promise.
Well, I'd be careful with those. You need records.
Of course. I'll...
Even just a simple paper of, I agree to join the guild.
Yes, which hopefully by the time we have established enough individuals, we'll be able to provide that.
Alright. Is also there a place for his...
Yes. We do have a workshop towards the back end of the building here, as kind of just like takes you, Cirrus, as kind of leads you back, and as you see is like what is this massive like almost garage like workshop. You can see various tools and magical pieces of equipment. And what looks like to be just an artificer's dream here.
Oh.
Cirrus's eyes are sparkling as he looks over all the things, and he would probably go up to particular tools, remarking just like, "Oh my god, you have one of these."
You're gonna have a hard time pulling him out of this room.
And
listen, if I can just set up a cot over there, I'll be happy.
You're gonna sleep in a normal bed.
I do have an actual lodging here. It's
He's just she just taps her brother. He's just being silly.
Of course. Well then, with that being said, mayhaps we can introduce you to the other two now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well then, come.
And meanwhile, muttering to her brother, like, whatever I tell you about work and personal life, separate that. You don't sleep in the room like that.
But
no.
Dara.
Sleep in a normal bed! Jeez, it's like you act like it's a punishment.
It's not the first time I've slept in my workshop, I can tell you that.
Do not encourage this!
As he opens the door to what looks like to be a small foyer area, you see standing is this kind of cold, pale elven woman, and next to her is this mountain of a man with same kind of bright orangish hair and a build of a master combatant.
The brows are raised and Adara is grabbing at her brother's back. Like, oh.
Quite the contrast between these two.
Uh-huh.
And with that...
Shakes her head.
With that, we're going to go ahead and end this character session.
Yay!
Yeah!